Two major breaking news stories right now at 11 o'clock. Former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn pleading guilty to making false statements to the FBI. Prosecutors say Flynn lied by saying he did not have contact with a Russian ambassador over sanctions.
Yeah, this is the first Trump administration official and fourth person to be charged in the Robert Mueller investigation. It's about who had contact and engaged in possible collusion between the Russian government and members of Trump's campaign team.
Now, a judge says Flynn is free to go for now, but he is required to check in with authorities every week. His wife was with him in court and said to be visibly shaken the entire time. ABC's Serena Marshall has more.
Good afternoon. A former high-ranking Trump administration official, Michael Flynn, has pled guilty to lying to the FBI. He said in a statement his decision to cooperate with the special counsel was in the best interest of his family and country.
Former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn arrived in court this morning pleading guilty after being charged with lying to the FBI. The special counsel charged Trump's former senior advisor with knowingly lying to the FBI about the nature of those infamous phone calls and text messages between himself and then Russian Ambassador Sergei Kislyak. One call happened the same day the Obama administration imposed new sanctions on Russia for their election meddling. That's also the same call Flynn was fired for lying to the vice president about just 1 month into the job. The December 2016 calls raised red flags for the Obama administration and led to them advising President Trump against selecting Flynn as his national security advisor, citing concerns he was vulnerable to being blackmailed by the Russians.
He may potentially be able to fill in blank like particular meetings. Things were said, things that were promised.
But even after his firing, the president still supported Flynn.
I don't think he did anything wrong. If anything, he did something right.
And former FBI Director James Comey says the president in private asked him to let the Flynn investigation go. Flynn faces up to 5 years in prison and is considered a key figure in the investigation.
There appears to be a lot of evidence that people around the president have had interactions with the Russians, and that some of it may have violated the law.
Pleading guilty to lying mirrors George Papadopoulos, Trump's former campaign policy advisor, who is now cooperating with the special counsel.
The White House says the false statements that Mr. Flynn made mirror the statements that he told them and implicates no one other than Mr. Flynn. But in court today, prosecutors said Mr. Flynn called senior members of the campaign in between those phone calls to the Russian ambassador.